Tonight on Elon Local News. One community activist was found not guilty today on charges stemming from a 2020 I Am Change march to the polls.
President Biden is giving the State of the Union address tomorrow. What's on the agenda that may concern Elon students?
An Elon professor is encouraging students to practice healthy habits so they don't end up with a broken heart.
Those stories and more.
Elon Local News starts now.
Live from the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University School of Communications, you're watching Elon Local News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight on Elon Local News. I'm Annemarie Bonner.
And I'm Margaret Faust. It's Black History Month and our first show of the spring semester. We have a lot to get to.
Reverend Gregory Drumright was found not guilty today of 3 charges related to a march and rally in October 2020. The failure to disperse charge was dismissed on Friday. Joining us live tonight via Zoom is Jason Keith, who defended Reverend Drumright in court. Jason, good evening. Thank you for joining us. There is a slight technical issue. We are going to be back with Jason in a minute. We'll see if he can join us.
What did we do that would warrant the use of excessive force and the use of pepper spray or tear gas upon our multi-generational, multi-ethnic?
And we hope that he'll be able to join us later. Maha Lund is the new dean of the School of Health Sciences, according to an announcement from the university today. She begins her new role and will take over for interim dean Steve Folger later this spring. Lund comes to Elon from Emory University in Georgia. She's overseen the physician's assistant program since 2014. At Elon, Lund will oversee the departments of physical therapy education, physician assistant studies, and nursing. Elon News Network has reached out to Lund and multiple other staff members today for comment and have not received answers.
Free weekly tutoring sessions for pre-K students in Alamance Burlington school system is back. The Little Village Project, a subset of the It Takes a Village project, is back after 3 years, thanks to a $50,000 grant from ABSS. I talked to 2 families whose elementary school students are a part of the Village Project. They said they're happy to see this pre-K program come back.
I'm smart, I'm kind, I am beautiful, I like everyone, have a good day.
Tammy Mickman and her son Scotty recite daily affirmations to improve his confidence. This tradition, coupled with mentoring Scotty has gotten from the Village Project, has helped him tremendously, Mickman says.
People were encouraging him and helping him to want to, work harder, and he wanted that for himself too. And then his communication skills was just, it was going phenomenal.
Scotty has noticed improvements in his math skills.
It tests how I think and how I solve the problems, and it gives me more idea of what we're doing.
Problems during the pandemic eliminated the pre-K program. The new funding is bringing it back.
But it is really telling of how important that the village work is, and that ABSS values that partnership as they continue to invest in that partnership, right? And so just super grateful.
Candace Thompson's 3rd grader started last semester. She said if she could have enrolled her son Joseph in a pre-K program, she would have.
Helped them be more prepared for kindergarten and everything that they're going to learn about.
Thompson and Mickman appreciate the free tutoring. It removes financial barriers from academic success. Margaret Faust, Elon Local News. If you want to be a tutor for the Village Project, you can email Sydney Simmons at ssimmons12@elon.edu.
President Biden is set to deliver the State of the Union address tomorrow night, and it's a chance for him to address a large national audience regarding his policies and plans. Elon political science professor Carrie Eves says students should pay attention tomorrow night if they want to be engaging citizens. She says there will be a lot of attention on Biden tonight because he is potentially looking to launch a re-election bid.
So there's a chance he might bring up student loan forgiveness, so students will want to have an ear out for that. He's also going to talk about the economy, which is going to impact you when you graduate, when you're looking to get a job, when you're paying taxes. A lot of the things he's going to talk about should impact students, so I think there's content reasons to listen to.
Elon Jr. Tori Keller is one of the student leaders with Elon Votes, a nonpartisan civic engagement organization on campus. She says she'll be tuning in tomorrow night at the Elon Votes watch party because she hopes Biden will speak about student loan debt forgiveness and the war in Ukraine.
And I think it's really important for students as much as anyone else to watch it. There's a lot of issues that pertain to people our age, and I think it's really great that we have garnered a lot of interest in general. So we just wanted to host the watch party to kind of increase that interest a little bit more, and we're really excited because I think we'll have a good turnout.
The watch party is set to be held on the first floor of the Mosley Student Center tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Keller encourages all students to come. The party is open to students not in the political science department as well.
Students are struggling to access streaming services. We'll share how Elon is changing the channel right after this.
You're watching Elon Local News.
Your heart beats over 100,000 times a day, but when you're stressed, it can beat over 200 times per minute. That's why Chair of Elon's nursing department, Tiffany Morris, hopes students will listen to their hearts a little more this month. February is American Heart Month. Morris says too much stress this early on can have negative effects on your heart health.
Stress predisposes people to cancer. And that's hard to realize, but it can, because your body's so stressed and it's taking all the oxygen to build your energy levels and things like that. So stress causes you to gain weight. So again, that's going to be more work on your heart because it's got to push the fluid throughout the body. So the heart is really essential to our health.
Morris says it can be hard to maintain healthy habits in college. For this month, she suggests a small change that can lead to long-term results.
Prioritize 30 minutes out of your day for you. I don't know that there is a balance, right? Because sometimes we're working on papers and it's 40 hours a week we put our energies. So I would encourage every college student and every nurse or nursing student to take 30 minutes a day this month to prioritize your health. Walk to the store, walk to the recreation center, or just sit quietly.
Another thing you can do for American Heart Month is to get CPR certified. The American Heart Association's goal this month is to make sure one person in every household is CPR certified. They report that someone can die within minutes if they don't receive CPR right away. You can find information at the link on your screen.
Students at Elon no longer have access to HBO Max after the university switched the campus cable provider from Philo to a new service called Stream. Our Naomi Washington talked to students about their frustrations and campus leaders about what they're doing to fix the problem.
Students living on campus used to be able to log into HBO Max for free with their Elon login credentials. But now, if students want to watch, they need a paid subscription.
I was really disappointed to find out, actually, just because I know that students really rely on this for entertainment.
Elon senior Miracle Smythe is a campus brand ambassador for HBO Max, and her job is to give students information about the platform, what it offers, and how to access it.
As of now, it's very inconclusive, and it just depends on what our vendor has to offer, which we're really unsure of. So we want students to kind of hold on tight and just be patient, but again, up till now, we don't have a confirmed answer that we will be getting our HBO Max subscription back this semester.
Director of Campus Technology Support Pat Donahue says Philo exiting the education market and discontinuing its service influenced Elon's switch to Streamy. Elon chose Streamy because it could offer HBO Max like Philo did. He did not agree to do an on-camera interview, but sent ENN a statement saying, quote, several vendors are still negotiating their business contracts to provide the programming access. Elon and other customers are still waiting at the moment. I would like to share an update when we are notified of their final agreements. Smythe says she and Donahue reached out to Streamy again on Friday for an update. Naomi Washington, Elon Local News. Students without individual televisions can access Watch TV, can
can watch TV in the common areas of Residence Halls, Mosley Center, LaRose Commons, and Global Commons.
Joining us now with a live look at your Phoenix 5-day forecast is our Jenna Manderioli inside in the studio with us.
Jenna, good evening to you. It was definitely warmer today, but what can you tell us? What is the rest of this weather going to look like?
Good evening, Annemarie and Margaret. Thank you so much. It was definitely much nicer today. A very nice trend away from the colder weather that we were seeing earlier on. And we have some promising warmer weather coming up this week. So here's your Phoenix 5-day forecast. On Tuesday, we're going to see some sun with weather in the low 60s. But by Wednesday and Thursday, these are going to reach to the upper 60s at 68 degrees. On Friday, we're going to see chances of rain. And these temperatures are going to return back to the low 60s. But on Saturday, we're going to see these colder weather trends return with a high of 49. So get outside this week and stay warm heading into the weekend. That's all I have for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Back to you, Annemarie and Margaret.
Jenna Manderioli in studio with us this evening.
Thank you so much, Jenna. It's nice to have you back.
It's the first half, and then I do this second half.
One Elon alumna will be on the sidelines for all the action. How she got the opportunity to capture one of football's biggest nights.
An Elon football player is using his partnership to bring awareness to a cause close to home.
Dad? Being a dad can be transformative.
Gov/support.
And joining us now with stories from Elon Athletics is our ENN Sports Director, Sydney Spencer.
Sydney, so happy to have you on tonight.
Thank you, Annemarie and Margaret. The Elon University women's basketball team partnered with the Center for Race, Ethnicity, and Diversity Education in its Black History Month game against North Carolina A&T. I spoke with the team about what the game and what the recognition means to them. To open up this year's game, Elon a cappella group Melanated Melodies, the only Black all-female group, sang the U.S. national anthem as well as Lift Every Voice and Sing, a hymn often referred to as the Black National Anthem, as a way to celebrate Black History Month. Head coach Charlotte Smith says it's important to recognize Black culture and history, both in athletics and the world around us.
I had them look around the room. And like, it makes you scratch your head to think about like there was a time in history where we all couldn't be in the same space.
The Phoenix went on to defeat the Aggies 63-56, shutting down the leader of the Colonial Athletic Association. Elon graduate student center Ivana McGill says she noticed a change in the way her team has been playing.
I feel like the vibe is more together. I feel like in the beginning we're young, we're all learning each other, but I feel like we're getting to the point where we're learning each other, we're trusting each other, and when you build that chemistry on and off the court and with the coaches and with the team, it just shows on the court.
McGill led the team with 16 points. She says she felt comfortable on the court and was able to make big plays throughout the night.
I came into this game, I had to be really confident and trust the process. Our coach is telling us it doesn't matter what your rank, the conference is fair game, basketball is basketball at the end of the day.
Smith reiterated this mentality with the team and says she is hoping for it to continue improving towards the later half of the season.
I think this establishes us in the conference that we're not a pushover. I felt like this team has just really been a sleeping giant and just waiting to awake and walk in their greatness.
The Phoenix now have 8 wins this season. The team also won against the College of Charleston this weekend. The Phoenix will face William and Mary on Friday in Schar Center. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Super Bowl Sunday is a time for Elon students to get together and cheer on what's usually one of their home teams. At this year's game, students can also cheer on one Elon alumna who will be working on the sidelines. Caroline Bremen is a 2018 graduate who works as a photojournalist for European Press Photo Agency Images, an international news outlet. She will be covering the Philadelphia Eagles, taking photos at the 57th Super Bowl this coming Sunday. Bremen says she's excited to get this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Probably wouldn't be able to afford a ticket to the Super Bowl, and yet I get to be there and have one of the best seats in the house. So things like that where I just feel incredibly lucky to experience things.
Bremen majored in communication design at Elon and was involved in The Edge, our very own newspaper, The Pendulum, and the National Press Photographers Association. She says getting involved in these organizations helped to reignite her passion and improve her skill set in all areas of photography. Bremen also says she is excited to get back into covering sports.
You know, I'm a fan of sports. I like going to sporting games. I really like the atmosphere. And I think, you know, shooting a lot of sports helps you just with be a better photographer, you know, your reaction, your skill sets, it just helps sharpen all those things.
On top of EPA images, Bremen has previously worked for the Las Vegas Review-Journal and Roll Call in Washington, D.C. More on her journey to covering one of football's biggest nights can be found in a copy of The Pendulum this week. Joining us now live in studio with an off-season Elon football update is one of our sports reporters, Mason Willett.
Thanks, Sydney. Name, image, and likeness deals are helping all kinds of collegiate athletes achieve influence and enhance their careers. I spoke with one Elon athlete who is using his social media influence to help women fighting cancer. Now that it's the offseason, Elon football sophomore and defensive lineman John Cian is focusing on his other hobby, content creation, and currently has over 1.8 million followers on TikTok. Cian partnered with Outback Steakhouse in October. Now, he and the restaurant chain are working to help in the fight against cancer with Fighting Pretty, a non-profit organization created by Kara Fraser to empower women during and after cancer treatment.
So just this year, John reached out to us and said, hey, I would love to collaborate with you on doing an event in honor of my mom. What can we do?
Cian chose to partner with Fighting Pretty after his mother Carol was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017. She received pink boxing gloves from Fighting Pretty as a token and reminder of her strength.
I'm so thankful just to see her because it just made me feel like the first time I shaved my head. And I put on big earrings and private sticks, and I wanted to feel pretty because it was gone.
Cian says seeing the joy on his mother's face is the greatest feeling, knowing he is making her happy due to his support for cancer awareness. Cian gifted her a full-size pair of boxing gloves as a way of continuing her journey.
It's really good. Like I said, there are a few things left that really truly surprised me. This is definitely good.
During a recent Fighting Pretty fundraiser, Cian, his teammates, and friends worked together to create 500 care packages for women across the country.
Them showing up. We really get that to him. It means it's to me. It really just shows.
Carol says she is overjoyed to see the team come together and hopes they take this and spread awareness. Cian says he hopes to continue partnering with charities to use his platform for more than just football.
Mason, thank you. For scores and more throughout the week, visit our social media pages at SportsENN and our website, elonnewsnetwork.com. Annemarie, thank you so much for having me tonight.
Sydney Spencer, our ENN sports director, and Mason Willett, a sports reporter, thank you so much. An Elon band is hoping to catch the spring break, and its story may lead with a song in the heart. Elon Local News will be back after this.
There's a new band in town, Thistle Ridge. The Elon-based student band performs classic covers from across genres and has plans to release original music in the next year. Our Betsy Slateberger has more on the men behind the music.
Meet Thistle Ridge Band, a cover band signed to Limelight Records. Elon's sophomore Lucas McEwen started the band last year. Thistle Ridge is named after the farm his grandfather owns in Mississippi. McEwen grew up on that farm, singing since he was 3. Elon's sophomore Peter Collins is also a part of the group. McEwen met him at a Limelight Records open mic night last spring.
He was playing Soldier Swing by Dire Straits. I was like, that's what I need in my band.
The band has rotated through members, playing gigs primarily at the Oak House. At its show this weekend, Elon Jr. Sean Kelly made his debut performance with the band. The band also debuted an original song, Te Cantaré, which translates to, I Will Sing to You. McEwen says he and Elon sophomore Julian Brown wrote the song in Spanish because they wanted to try something new. The Soul Ridge Band teased more original music on McEwen's TikTok, which received positive feedback. Brown has been helping write new music and says it could bring people together.
People just come together when music's playing, and I've seen that happen.
Brown's sentiments also apply to the band itself. McEwen says what keeps them together is the music. Collins agrees, saying he tries to have no expectations.
If we bring people together in like some kind of following or community, that's awesome. If we don't, that's fine. Like, you know, I'm just kind of here to play some music and have some fun.
McEwen says Thistle Ridge has big plans for the future and that this semester should be the biggest yet. He wants to expand performance locations to Chapel Hill and Greensboro while still cultivating a community at home. Betsy Schlehuber, Elon Local News.
Thistle Ridge performs at the Oak House 2 Fridays a month. Its next performance is on February 24th, and admission is free for everyone. For more an in-depth look on the band, pick up a copy of this week's Pendulum.
And this Wednesday, students will have the opportunity to explore and join Elon's many organizations, groups, and sports teams. Our Elon News Network staff will be in alumni and Jordan gyms, ready to meet you and tell you more about our newsroom. The Spring Organization Fair takes place from 5 to 7 p.m., but if you're unable to attend and you're interested in joining our team, feel free to stop by our newsroom in McEwen 108 or send us an email at enn@elon.edu. Tell me about it, Margaret. What do you think of the org fair and having one in the spring?
I absolutely love the org fair. I think that having one in the spring is a great time, especially for freshmen who maybe, the first semester, at least for me, I was really trying to acclimate to, life here at Elon, and then having the opportunity in the spring to join orgs, that was great timing for me. And with that being said, that's all the news we have for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
For stories, scores, and more, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
Make sure to keep up with us on social media at SportsENN and Elon News Network.
Have a great week, Elon.